What goes up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground. See the world spinning upside down. A mighty crash without a sound. I can feel your every rage. Step aside, I'll turn the page. Breaking through your crazy maze. Like a laser beam, my eyes on you. Watch me rule the night away. Watch me save the day. Feel like the storm is getting close. Heading your way. Sonic heroes. Sonic heroes. Find you, confine you, defying your blade. Sonic heroes. Sonic heroes. Setting the stage for a hero's parade. Sonic heroes. Give us a reason and we're on our way.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sonic Heroes on the Xbox. I am one Welsh sheep yet again, and this game, ladies and gentlemen, is an absolute fantastic time, what can I tell you? And this is the first proper multi-platform Sonic game to ever be released. This is the first Sonic game to be released properly on multiple platforms at once, debuting on the Xbox and PlayStation 2. And honestly, this is a fantastic title that has quite a few problems along the way, but honestly I do quite enjoy it. And right off the get-go, we do have multiple teams to choose from here. Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix, each with their own special attributes.
Team Sonic features high-speed gameplay and intense team action.
Now, each of these teams are basically the exact same through and through, so basically this playthrough is going to be quite a challenging one for me, I'll tell you that much, but let's get on with the game.
Hey look, it's Sonic!
Yo, Tails! Long time no see.
Sonic, check this out!
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Sounds like an invitation to party.
What are we gonna do, Sonic?
No worries. We've got this one.
Yeah, they stopped giving Knuckles an excuse to be in these games now as well. He's just here. No Master Emerald, nothing, he's just here.
Ha! Think I'd miss this? Time to crack that Eggman wide open. Yeah, let's party!
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to head on into the first zone of the game. And this game, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot closer to the classic Sonic games in comparison to Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, just in terms of art style alone. It definitely has that sort of Genesis feeling art style where everything's really colourful, everything's really cartoony, and everything is ultra vibrant, what can I tell you? But the big thing about this Sonic game in particular that is quite different from Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 is the team mechanics. As you can clearly tell, we are playing as both Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all at once in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We get to control all three of these characters at any given time, and basically each of these characters have their own attributes, and for every single team in the game, you basically have one power-based character, one speed-based character, and one flight-based character. Obviously, the power-based character is the best one for combat, and he's the one you're going to be using to break apart obstacles in your path. The speed-based character is obviously the guy you're going to be using for the majority of your traversal in order to go through loops quicker, in order to collect MacGuffins and whatnot. Basically, the speed power is the gotta go fast mode of the game, and of course then you have Flight, who you can utilize in order to do quite nifty platforming, what can I tell ya? And honestly, the best thing about this game is really learning how to maneuver around the environments and take advantage of the team system properly. This game is an absolute joy to play through as soon as you figure out how the team system works properly, you know, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, you may from time to time see me pick up these glowy orbs that drop from enemies, like this blue thing here. Basically, those will level up our character. Now, each character of the game can actually be leveled up until 3 times, and they get a bit of a bonus buff to their attributes whenever you level them up. For example, Sonic is now on level 3, so his homing attack will take down enemies in 1 hit, and generally, he's a lot more effective. Knuckles, when he gets leveled up, gets more powerful, and Tails, the flying character, when they get leveled up, they become basically They become unbeatable, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Well, I'll talk about that a bit later down the line. But, yeah, this is a fantastic time, what can I tell ya? One of the most annoying things about this game, however, is this is probably around the point where all the Sonic characters start to really go a bit nuts when it comes to vocabulary. Now, honestly, I'm never really been one to really complain too much about voice acting in video games, and voice acting in these characters is still pretty damn good. I mean, the dialogue is cheesy as all hell, but that's part of the charm of this game. But, what I sort of feel is the characters talk all the damn time as you're playing through each zone. They're just constantly yammering on, saying, look at all those Eggman's robots! Tails should do this, Knuckles should do this, blah blah blah. And it's a pain in the ass. I don't like it when they talk, you know, folks. But, each of the different types of characters have their own unique set abilities. Like the speed type character can utilize a spin dash sort of ability called a Rocket Excel, where you can charge up and get the other teammates to push you and blast you at maximum speed. The power type characters basically have a form of attack that you can usually it's a form of punching or some sort of melee attack of some sort, as well as a ranged attack that you can utilize by jumping in the air. For example, Knuckles by ear can pound on enemies by chucking Tails and Sonic as fireballs, using his fire shoot ability. And then Tails has thunder shoot abilities as well, which allows him to basically shoot his teammates at other enemies as well, which is kind of pretty weak when you're playing the game when you start off each zone as Tails, because Tails starts off pretty damn useless. But Tails' Thunder Shoot ability is what makes him the most broken character in this game, because whenever you're playing as a flying type character and you have Thunder Shoot, basically from level 2 to level 3 you can destroy enemies in 1 hit. Which basically means you can just stay out of danger and you can spam the flying character's Thunder Shoot power in order to obliterate any enemies in the environment. They are ridiculously powerful, the flying types in this one, folks. And of course, the flying type characters can also fly in the air, naturally, as you expect from their name, for a limited amount of time. They get a little flying bar and a little character icon on the top right of the screen to show you how long you can fly, which is pretty damn dope, I'll tell you that much. And switching between the 3 characters is as simple as pushing the Y button or the B button. You just push the button and boom, you swap formations. You can turn into a power formation, which does power damage. You can turn into speed, which does, well, usual speed things. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so, you know, it may take a little bit of getting used to when you first pick up this game after playing previous Sonic titles. But, you know, this is one of those titles that, honestly, I think your opinion on the game will vary depending on how much patience you have with things, because of, I'll get into this a bit later on in the LP, because I need to save commentary for quite a bit later down the line, because this is going to be a long one, folks. But basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is a heavily repeatable, this is an extremely repetitive game. Because we have to beat the same levels 4 times, as 4 different teams, with 4 different storylines, with the level design varying very little during the course of the whole thing. What can I tell ya? So, yeah, this is going to be one of those games that, depending on how much patience you have in the grand scheme of things, you may or may not enjoy it, you know, folks. And honestly, I'm not even sure how I'm going to really tackle this LP in the later parts. I'm going to probably just wing it and hope to God I can get decent commentary. But there is one thing I've been dreading for the longest time, which is actually getting to tackling this game on this channel. Just because I know this is basically going to be... It's basically going to be a trial in terms of making a decent Let's Play, you know, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to have to figure out things to talk about all the damn time. There's going to be tons of things I'm going to need to go out of my way to explain and try and work out extra things to talk about, because, like I said, you just have to repeat a lot of levels. You have to repeat a lot of content over and over and over, you know, over again during the course of the game, during the course of your playthrough. So this can be a little bit tricky, what can I tell ya? But of course, one of the things I do kind of really love about this game in particular is it is filled to the brim with alternate routes, alternate pathways that you can take in order to get to the end of a stage. Every single level in this game is just incredibly well designed and incredibly open-ended. There are 1,000 different ways you can possibly go, and you can also swap out to different team formations to do different abilities. For example, the speed formation has the ability to jump off walls, like you just saw Sonic do. So I used that in order to take an upper route to get through the stage a little bit quicker, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Power formation characters also have the ability to utilize a gliding maneuver, kinda like Knuckles had in the Sonic Adventure games, and basically whenever you see air currents, you can use this gliding ability on those air currents in order to ride the wind, if you will, and go up to higher areas, you know, ladies and gentlemen. So there's plenty of variety in just the general gameplay, and there's loads and loads of things that could be done with this gameplay style. And I know loads of people who would honestly elect for Sega to bring back this sort of gameplay style, because it's pretty damn dope, I think, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, again, this game has its problems, and this is one of those Sonic titles that my opinion tends to really change about the game constantly. Like, every time I play the game, I have a different opinion about it. And I believe largely that's because I originally owned this game on the PlayStation 2. Now, this LP is going to be on the Xbox version, which I more recently picked up, but people who know me know that for the longest time, I considered Sonic Heroes to be one of the worst Sonic games. I hated this game. And you might be looking at the gameplay and figuring out why. Why did I hate this game? Because it looks like a pretty fun ride. Well, the simple reason is because the PS2 version of this game is terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. I fell through the floor more times than I can count playing that version of the game. The frame rate is obnoxious, running at 15 frames per second, so it just feels like a slideshow. It's just a glitchy mess, and it's a pain in the ass to play through. I really will not recommend playing the PS2 version of this game. And not only that, the graphics aren't quite as good as the Xbox and GameCube versions of this game, you know, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, I was really reluctant for a long time to actually try this game out, and I watched a couple of LPs and stuff and playthroughs that were of the GameCube version of the game, and I figured, I could probably have a quick look at this game. I could probably check this out on a different system. So then I've realized when I went into town one day and I went to the shops, I found a copy of the Xbox version for like, I don't know, it was really cheap. So I decided to pick it up, and here we are with the LP, ladies and gentlemen, you know. And honestly, my opinion has sort of changed ever since I moved on to the Xbox version. I've started to enjoy this game a lot more, and while it does have its problems, it's still pretty damn awesome, what can I tell you. But anyway, as you can clearly tell, this is a cage with a key. You'll need the power character in order to open up the cage and collect the key. And basically, this is our way to gain access to special zones, because special zones make a massive return in this game, ladies and gentlemen. In which case, we need to beat the special zones in order to collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Does that mean we get supersonic in normal levels again, just like in the Genesis days? Haha, you naive fools. No, it means that basically we have to do all these Chaos Emeralds and collect all the special stages and all. Basically, we need to access all the special stages in order to get the good ending, the real ending of the game, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Just like in the Advanced series of Sonic titles. But you might be wondering why I clearly suicided. Well, simply put, I got hurt. When you get hurt and you're carrying a special stage key, you will lose the special stage key, which basically means you will not be able to gain access to a special zone. Now, I'm I'm not going to be able to get all of the Chaos Emeralds in one run, you know, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going back to get the Chaos Emeralds as different characters later down the line, the ones I miss in this particular story mode. But, basically, you can't get hit. If you get hit, you're locked out again the Chaos Emerald, and it is a pain in the arse, ladies and gentlemen, to get these things, you know, folks. And by the way, just run backwards. Just run towards the screen and you won't get hit. Maybe sometimes you clip into the wall and it'll stop you like it did to me initially, but if you keep running forwards and don't boost or anything, you won't get hit by that, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But, basically, yeah, the Chaos Emeralds make a return, and the special stages make a return as well, ladies and gentlemen. And the special stages themselves are pretty damn terrible. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They're terrible. The special stages in this game are some of the worst special stages in the entire franchise. And it's not because they're poorly designed. In fact, they are really well designed. It's because they are poorly programmed. Because you have very little control of Sonic and gang whenever you're going through these tubes. And basically what you need to do is you need to go through these tubes, pick up these giant coloured orbs in order to improve your boost meter at the top right of the screen. Then you press the X button or square button, or depending on what console you're playing on, to boost, and you have to get the Chaos Emerald before it reaches the goal. It's very simple, but trust me, these special stages are incredibly poorly made. It's kind of shocking in the grand scheme of things, you know, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see more what I'm talking about later on.
Stop your futile efforts. You'll just make fools of yourselves.
I think you got that backwards, Doc.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for the first boss battle of the game. And this is the Egg Hawk. Basically, all you need to do is chase him, wait for him to get to a beached area and start moving, to swap out to Knuckles in order to lay the beat down, and that's basically it. Just whack him. It's a very simple boss fight, as you'd probably expect. It is the first boss of the game. It's not going to be too challenging, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep whacking him until he goes down. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya, indeed?
This isn't the end!
But there we are, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this part. So thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed, don't be sheepish people, and I'll catch you all next time as we move on with the rest of Sonic Heroes and get right into the nitty gritty of the game. So yeah, thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed, don't be sheepish, I'll catch you all then. Bye!